Let's play a game of opposites. What is the opposite of up? Down. And what is the opposite of in? Out. And what is the opposite of love? Hate is one answer, but there's another answer that's correct. The opposite of love is also fear. Fear is the root of hate, and much of the hate that exists in the world comes from a place of fear. Someone feels badly about themselves inside. They have a core fear that they don't measure up to others, so they put other people down and act in hateful ways to try to feel better about themselves. Someone is fearful that they will not have enough in their life, that they won't be provided for, so they act in ways that aren't loving, putting themselves ahead of others in need. Fear oftentimes turns into anger. It's been helpful for me when I've encountered people who seem full of anger and even hate to ask myself, I wonder what they are afraid of. I call this staying curious. And when I remember to ask myself that question, it helps me not to judge the other person. It helps me not to react with my own anger towards them. And if we meet anger with anger, it just creates more anger, like trying to put out a fire with fire. Meeting fire with fire only makes the fire bigger. We have to put down our sticks and not fuel the fire with our own fear or anger. Jesus taught us about this when he told us to love our enemies. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who we celebrated this past week, knew all about this as well. He lived in a time where there was a lot of hate directed at him. There were a lot of people who were fearful about the changes that were going to be happening with the rights of people of color. And their response was anger and hate. But listen to what Dr. King said. He said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So if we can love someone who is unkind, if we can have compassion for someone who is hateful, if we can show kindness towards those who are unkind to us, we can make a difference in our homes, in our schools, in our communities, in the world. But like anything, it takes practice. And we could be kind of clumsy at first. Our first reaction is often anger ourselves. So we can take our sacred pause and stay curious. I wonder what they're afraid of. I wonder where that hate is coming from. And then we can choose to respond with love. See how many times you can choose this week the way of love. Pray with me. Loving God, help us to see all people as your beloved children. Help us to treat others with kindness and compassion. May we respond to fear and hate with only love. Amen.